Okay, this is the video game topic I wanted to do. I was going to download World of Warcraft, the starter pack, as I've talked about in a previous video, and I disregard the rules completely. But come to find out, it takes 10.5 gigabytes of memory. Now, even if you're not avid in computers, I know I'm not, I know that's a lot of freaking memory. That is like an entire laptop. And, you know, all the other games I have combined do not equate to that. Even Team Fortress 2, which I talk constantly about how bad it is, does not have that much memory involved. There is no reason in the world for any video game to need that much memory, even with all the expansion packs combined and everything. And I have seen clips of WoW. It is not that great a game. I mean, it might be fun, it might be a good social environment, but there is nothing in it that should require that much memory. It's basically just a mediocre MMO where you walk around and you attack monsters. We've been doing that since, 1980? So what is this, like Zelda with some better pixels? And on top of that, this brings me to my point, and I will, of course, mention Team Fortress 2 in it. I didn't want to move my camera around, so I drew the sentry gun. It is a stationary gun that the engineer builds, and then it defends points or just makes the enemy have a bad day. And what it does is it shoots at the enemy. Now, this is to compensate for the fact that the engineer has crap weapons, crap HP, so he makes good buildings. Now, this sounds good in theory, but in practice, this is incredibly broken. Because, what is a sentry gun? Well, at level 1, and there's 3 levels, at level 1, he's like a buffed up scout. He has a gun that essentially knocks back the enemy by just one shot. So it's like the Force of Nature scout weapon. It has about as much damage as that too. And it can repeatedly shoot like the Force of Nature, only it doesn't have a reload time. It just keeps shooting till it runs out of ammo, which takes a long time. The sentry itself has more HP than the scout, so the only downfall is that it is stationary. And on top of that, it has auto-aim. Like, aimbots are what they call when you shoot at somebody and you have a script hack that allows it to automatically hit the foe despite how you might be shooting somewhere else. Now, why is an aimbot an illegal third-party software for the game that you can't use, but then they implement it into the game itself for whatever reason? How do you know how to play the game better than they do? Who's the one paying for the game? Who's the one playing the game? It isn't them. I can understand that the individual server might not like cheat codes and script hacks and things like that because it ruins the atmosphere. Nobody likes an aimbot. Nobody likes someone just slaughtering everybody and, trolling, laughing it up, and nobody else gets to have fun because this guy likes to cheat. But how does that affect Valve? How does that affect any video game company that has already made their money? That makes no sense. They could vaguely say that the incentive is there, that if they allow cheaters, then people won't want to buy their game because it's a ghetto and it's just anarchy where the cheaters get to have a field day. But I do not necessarily see it that way, because people buy games anyway, despite all the already flaws of corruption, lying, compromising of personal information. You really think just saying that we don't care if you cheat is going to stop someone from buying your game? If anything, I think that would make people want to buy your game, because they would know that nothing is going to get you banned. You could cheat, you could post pornography on the wall or something. They don't care. It's not their problem. It shouldn't be their problem. If you paid for your game, they should leave you alone. It is out of their hands. The same way that they don't protect you from being banned from a server, the server should not have protection from Valve or any other company for that matter from, being protected from cheaters. So it's a two-way street. And, I don't see how more gamers do not comprehend that. And I have to put this on this YouTube account of mine, because the other one is infested with trolls that just say things just to piss me off. I don't even think they believe half of what they say. I think they just do it because they know it aggravates me. And I, out of principle, will not ban them. I will not, stop them from leaving comments and stuff, even if I know they're contrived and done on purpose to infuriate me. The only time I ever block anybody is when I think that I'm in some kind of immediate danger. Like when people say that they're going to report my YouTube page, then I block them so they can't see my YouTube page, essentially being like the spyware I cloak. But I don't like to block people. I don't consider blocking people banning, though. I do consider it just rejecting talking to them, because I'm not stopping them from posting comments or making their own YouTube videos or anything. I'm just stopping them from being able to visibly see me. But I don't like to do it anyway. I think it's unethical. And I don't like how most people would just block because they're annoyed, and that is wrong. But, you just... I don't understand gamers. I know they're not all like that, but a lot of them are. And I was actually shocked that a lot of TF2 players thought it was inconceivable, too, that you have to require this much memory for WoW. They thought that was just ridiculous, and it is ridiculous. But it was good to see that even the sycophants of the, TF2 can see that, and maybe that's a start. So, that's what I wanted to talk about. I don't put the timer on because it distracts me, so I don't know if it's been nearing 10 minutes or not. But I will make a part 2 of how, everything in Team Fortress 2 is broken. Not just the sentry gun. Because mind you, that was just the level 1 sentry gun. Level 2 is like a stationary heavy with his minigun. And then level 3 is like the minigun plus the rocket launcher of the soldier. So essentially the engineer is like 3 or 4 classes in one. And the only thing stopping him from being completely dominant is because he himself can die easily, and because it takes a little bit of time to build up those sentry guns. But I will talk about later, well, I might as well talk about it now, how there's really no weakness to the sentry gun. The Pyro has a melee weapon that can destroy it easier, but not that much easier, and it's a melee weapon. You're not going to run in there with an auto-aim tank and try to take it out with a melee weapon. The soldier and the demo man have sort of weapons that are good against it, but the soldier's rocket launcher is very haphazard. It's not accurate at all. It's a bitch to reload, and it's slow. So it's just throwing these rockets at that kind of speed, and you have to hope that the splash damage destroys it. And there's one soldier weapon that can't even do that, because it essentially doesn't do any damage to sentries or any other buildings. Then there's the Demo Man's grenade launcher, which just splatters all over the place. It's like spilling a bucket of water on something, and you have to hope again that the explosions just happen to get it in its radius. The Spy has a sapper that it attaches to the buildings that slowly destroys them, but Spies have their own problems. The disguise kit, for example. You don't disguise to fool the enemy. No one believes that. Anybody that's remotely unretarded knows that a spy is disguising as one of your friends. What you use the disguise for is so that sentries don't kill you automatically, and they will kill you automatically. So, all of its weaknesses are very situational and bad at it. The best way to destroy a sentry, actually, is through a sniper, because the sniper's rifle can be far away, shoot at it, assuming the engineer's not there to fix it, and destroy it. And again, the sniper is a terrible class. He's basically just waiting to die. He can't see anything. He loses his peripheral vision. He has to wait for his sniper rifle to charge. He has to hope he gets a headshot, or else it won't do barely any damage. And all of these factors, and when you get a headshot, you get 1 point. Are you freaking kidding me? For all that skill and patience it takes, you should be getting like 10 points for getting a headshot. But that's probably been nearing 10 minutes.